Today on Cutler's Court.
Looks like we got ourselves kind of a hairy situation here with respect to your relationship that we need to get some answers to. Is that right?
I think he's a liar, and he owes me money, Your Honor.
And why do you think he owes you money?
He owes me money because he wrecked my car.
Did you wreck a car?
I did wreck a car, but
Okay.
you got to think about, hold up.
No, I don't have to think about anything I don't want to think about. Stop telling me what I need to think about.
We'll find out today which one will be ordered to pay. This is Cutler's Court. Kimberly Merriweather says tension with her boyfriend has been on the rise and came to a head after he wrecked her car. She's suing him for $3,053.90 in repairs. David Kimmons is countersuing his girlfriend for $3,500 for booth rental fees and failure to return 5 wigs. David says although Kimberly is his girlfriend, business is business, and she's the one who owes him.
Your Honor, this is case number 1073, Merriweather versus Kimmons.
Good day, everyone. Miss Merriweather and Mr. Kimmons. It looks like we got ourselves kind of a hairy situation here with respect to your relationship that we need to get some answers to. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Miss Merriweather, tell me what's going on.
Okay, so me and David has been in a relationship for a little over a year now, and we live together on and off. I've suspected him of cheating. I've caught him cheating. I think he's a liar. He's manipulative, and he's a womanizer. And he owes me money, Your Honor.
And why do you think he owes you money?
Oh, he owes me money because he wrecked my car. And I paid for my own booth supplies when he was supposed to pay for my booth supplies. I work up in a salon, which he owns, and he paid for everyone else's booth supplies up in that salon but mine.
And what type of salon is this?
Beauty salon, we do hair up in there, nails up in there, lashes.
Is it safe for me to presume that the wigs that we have here are also related to what's going on in the hair salon?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you said he's a womanizer, he's using his businesses to cheat. Talk to me about how he's using his business to get women and to cheat.
He owns a laundromat. This one customer in particular, she always comes in to wash her clothes. This one time I caught him going over there, all in her face, he and ha-haing, flirting with her. And I saw him slip some coins, like some quarters. I saw him slip some coins up in her pocket. Why is you giving the clients money to, wash the clothes?
I am the owner of that laundromat, so I believe in great customer service is everything when it comes to a business.
Okay.
So if I see this woman don't have enough coins to put into my machine, in which that is how I pay my bills through the coins they put in that machine, why not help the young lady out? She didn't have enough to do it.
So here's my question. It's one thing to put them in the machine for her, it's another to put them in her pocket.
Yes, that's sneaky.
I'm trying to figure out, were you putting them in the machine or were you putting them in her pocket?
No, I put it in the machine.
No, he put it in her pocket.
Miss Merriweather, hold on.
I put it in the machine.
You put it in the machine?
I did, man.
How many loads did you... This sounds so horrible.
Come on. I want to hear this one. Come on, let's sit back for this
How
one.
many loads did you pay for to start
I
with?
paid for 4 loads, man.
4 loads,
I
okay. Is she a regular customer?
She is a regular customer, and I'm gonna tell you why Miss Kimberly feel that way, first of all.
Okay.
You got to have good customer service in dry cleaning, laundromat,
customer service
and
and
the salon.
flirting is two different
Please
things.
allow me to speak, lady. She feel that type of way because every time this particular young lady come in, I call her sweetheart, I call her baby.
Kind of
He flirts
endearing
with them.
name.
There you go.
Would you be okay if Miss Merriweather had a barbershop and she referred to all her customers and they were all men? Hey, babe. Hey, honey. Hey, sugar.
I'm glad you made that statement.
Uh-huh.
I feel like as a young lady, if even Mr. right here, if he go into a cologne store,
Uh-huh.
he may not like the smell. But if Kimberly come up to him and say, ooh, I think, this smell pretty good on you. As a man, he gonna be like, okay, I might well go ahead and buy that.
Okay.
Now, just like with my wigs. Some of them wigs don't look that good on women, but I'm gonna make them feel like they the best thing walking when they buy my wig.
So, Ms. Merriweather, you run a business, you do hair, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you understand the importance of making your customers feel good, right?
Of course. But I know the difference also. I know the difference.
Which
And it's a
one?
difference. Flirting and making your customers feel good and everything like that.
Don't you think flirting makes the customers feel good?
I don't agree with that.
Yes, you do.
And
You don't want to,
smile.
but you do.
Let me ask you something, Miss Merriweather. Would you agree that even if he is flirting, that doesn't mean that there's any kind of sexual relationship or that there's cheating? Is it possible to flirt without having a relationship?
I don't know. I think if you flirt, you want a relationship. Hugging side to side like this, she got her arms up on him. That's more than flirting. That is an intimate hug.
Yes.
And he didn't see me. I walked in and I just looked and stared at him, trying to see how long, they was gonna go on about it. And I went up to him and I said, "What the blank you doing?"
Do you remember this situation?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, tell me what
But see,
happened.
what Kimberly got to understand is...
No, what I need to understand was who was the woman and why were you hugging on her? That's what we need to
And
understand.
doing
right now.
this.
Well, let me get to that point. if
No,
you
to
don't
get to
mind.
He's
it
a
quick.
liar, Your Honor.
I don't
He's
want
a
to know what
liar.
I'm finna
Kimberly
get
needs.
to it quick.
I don't want to know what
I'm finna
Kimberly
get
needs
to
to
it.
understand because Kimberly's not
First
making
of all-
Kimberly's not making the decision
First of all,
in
she
this
was,
case.
she was my classmate.
Okay.
Well, Kimberly got to understand, yes, she is my girl, but in my shop, she is my employee. We here because the matter of Kimberly owed me money for not paying booth rent. Kimberly owed me for those wigs that she's supposed to have displayed and marketed for me that she's never done. All that nonsense that she's talking about don't even matter at this point. That's
Right,
not
so
why
you
we're
got
here.
a claim against her in this case,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the booth rental real quickly. You say she owes you for back rent and booth rental.
Yes, 6
How
months
much?
booth rent,
How much?
$2,400.
Why does she owe you for the wigs?
Because she's supposed to be promoting the wigs, she's supposed to be selling me the wigs. That's $3,500 worth of wigs.
Okay.
So it's
So
5
either-
weeks, so they're about $700 a
Yes,
piece.
either she pay me for
Your
the
Honor,
wigs or I
these-
get my
these-
wigs back.
Hold on.
We're
hold on.
gonna come back.
Either she pay me for my wig or I get my wigs back.
Okay.
Okay, so she has possession of the wigs, right?
Yes,
Okay, and you gave them to her so she could display them.
Yes.
So people would buy them.
correct.
And you're saying, what did Miss Merriweather do that you think was wrong in terms of displaying the wigs?
She did nothing.
What did she not do that she was supposed to do?
I have it right here, Your Honor.
Okay.
What is that we're looking at?
This is the duties that she's
Okay.
supposed to have done.
Tasha, would you grab that for us, please?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we have a duty list for promoting wigs. So it's a whole list of things she's supposed to do. By rough count, it looks like about 11 things she's supposed to do. How many of those things did she do?
None.
No, she had to do something.
She
didn't
did
do
none.
not one thing on the list?
No.
He's
No, she
lying.
did not.
Miss
I didn't
Merriweather,
promote it.
Now we're trying to understand what's going on, but I can't do it if you're doing this while he's talking, okay? Mr. Kimmons, you admit that you damaged her car.
I do admit that I damaged her car, Your Honor, but you got to think about it. She owed me $3,500 for the wig.
Hold on, I'm not asking you about the wig. Did you wreck her car?
I did wreck her car, but
Okay.
you got to think about. Hold up.
No, I don't have to think about anything I don't want to think about. Stop telling me what I need to think about. I know what I need to think about. Did you reimburse her for the cost of getting her car repaired?
I wasn't planning on it.
I think if you flirt, you want a relationship with someone. If you flirt with someone, you want a relationship. Hugging side to side like this, she got her arms up on him. That's more than flirting. That is an intimate hug.
What I need to understand was who was the woman and why were you hugging on her. That's what we need to
And
understand
doing
right now.
this.
Well, let me get to that point.
No, to get to
He's
it
a liar,
quick.
Your Honor.
I don't
He's
want
a
to know what
liar.
Kimmy
finna
needs.
get to it.
I don't want to know what Kimmy needs to understand.
So none of these things were ever done. They weren't promoted. She didn't use your hashtag. None of this was done.
No.
And apparently you never got the wigs back.
No.
So you either want the value of the wigs
Or
or
my
the
wigs
wigs.
back, correct.
Okay.
Have you asked her for the wigs back?
Yes, I have.
And what did she say?
She would not give them back to me.
Miss Merriweather, now's your time to shine. He had the duty list up there.
Yes, sir. He had a duty list, and I did. I tried on one of the wigs. The wigs are not worth it, Your Honor. They feel synthetic. He said there's 100% human hair. It doesn't feel like it. I'm not going to promote something that's not true. If I promote something like that, it will mess me up.
Okay.
And, people be mad at me like, oh, she had me buy this wig, and this wig is not worth it. He knows that these wigs are not it, Your Honor. You can come down yourself. Do you want to feel it? Can you feel one?
Sure, let me
I'm
come
not
and
really
see
a
what
wig
you're
expert. Oh, you talking to her?
No,
Okay.
Yes, I can put it on you and show you, Your Honor.
No,
Any one of them.
we won't do that.
But right now, I want to see Judge Cutler.
No, I'm not trying on a wig. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I gotta say, these are interesting feeling. Haven't worn a wig in the past.
It doesn't feel 100% human hair.
No, it really doesn't.
Ah, man.
How does that number one wig feel?
It's
Fake.
It's.
Fake.
I don't think it's 100% human hair. I could see where you would have a concern.
So,
Thank
Ms.
you, sir.
Merriweather, you got the wigs. You say they weren't good quality. You say you told him he disagreed with you. Once you determined that they were not of good quality in your opinion, and you told him that, he said no. Did he ask for the wigs back?
No, he didn't make it a big concern. I mean, we live together on and off. If he wanted the wigs, get the wigs.
But did he ask for the wigs back?
He made her brought it up like, you need to return them, but why do I need to give some wigs back?
Wait.
It's not good.
Is there any reason why you didn't say, please take these wigs?
I have a booth up in his shop. I bought my own supplies. Everyone else up in the shop, he paid for their supplies.
So is that why you didn't give him back the wigs? Because you had to pay for your booth supplies?
It's one of the reasons.
How much did you spend on
250.
$250. Okay. You also mentioned, while we're talking about money, he wrecked your vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
Okay. And how much did you have to pay for the repairs on your car?
I think my repairs was $2,700.
Do you have any evidence
Yes, sir.
of the cost for your booth and for your car?
I don't have evidence for the cost of my booth, but I does have the evidence for my car.
Can we get that,
Let's
Tashi?
see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have proof of ownership of the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And this is the estimate that you were given?
Yes, sir.
Do you have receipts showing that you paid for this?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kimmons, you admit that you damaged your car.
I do admit that I damaged his car, Your Honor, but you got to think about it. She owed me $3,500 from wig. She owed
Hold
me
on, I'm not asking about the
$2,400.
way. I'm just asking you,
$2,400 in booth
Mr.
rent,
Mr.
sir.
Kimmons.
Your Honor.
Mr. Kimmons,
Hold
I'm
on.
just asking,
Hold on.
did you wreck a car?
I did wreck a car, but
Okay.
you got to think about. Hold up.
No, I don't have to think about anything I don't want to think about. Stop telling me what I need to think about. I know what I need to think about. What I need to think about is you wrecking her car.
Yeah,
Did you
I did.
reimburse her for the cost of getting her car repaired?
No, I did not. I wasn't planning on to.
You were not planning on reimbursing her
No.
because you think she owes you money for the booth
No, I
rental.
know she owed me money. I seem to not get peace from this
Your
young
Honor,
lady.
he- and
She's
he-
a stalker.
Hold on.
She pops up at my job, at my laundromat.
The laundromat is next door to the shop. I work at the shop, so I'm not popping up. I work there.
When you say popped up, obviously she's doing something when she gets there that you don't like. What is she doing?
Everything. We have videos. I mean,
What do you have video of?
she's stalking. She sits across the street from me. She pull up. She trail me home.
All right, let's take
Okay,
a look.
let's look at it. So that's the shop.
That's the laundromat.
That's the laundromat?
Yeah, the shopping next door. That's her car right there, the pink car.
Okay, which car is hers? Is that pink or
Yes,
purple?
I had to get it wrapped,
Miss
Your Honor.
Merriweather, Miss Merriweather. Okay, I thought her car was red.
It was. I had to get it wrapped because they couldn't match my paint up red.
But if she works right next door to you, why is it an issue that her car is parked
We,
there?
Because
clo-
he
we,
cheated.
clo- we closed
Miss
that day.
Merriweather.
We closed on that day, sir. She have no business at that shop.
Are the other operators who
No,
have
they don't
booths?
come. On Mondays, when it's closed, they do not show up. She the only one feel like she can show up at any time.
But Miss Merriweather, you've already indicated you think he's cheating, right?
Right.
It would make sense that you would sit in the car and kind of watch, see what's going on, right? Is that kind of what you were doing?
No, sir, I wasn't. It has been times where I have, rode around to look at him, but at this occasion, it wasn't.
So, Miss Merriweather, you admit that there are other times you've kind of followed him around and you've tried.
I have his location one time. He didn't answer the phone, so I have a location. I just pulled up on him. He was with his friends, and I was like, "Why you didn't answer the phone?"
Oh, come on. That's stalker behavior. We have ordered a polygraph in this case.
Yes, I want a polygraph in order to prove his innocence, and if he failed it, I don't want to be with him anymore.
Okay, that was my question. You understand, Mr. Kimmons, that if you fail the polygraph, you're done.
I don't want to know way.
But
You
Your Honor,
done anyway.
I'm done anyway.
But you want to know the results so you can prove that you've not been cheating,
There
right?
you go. Exactly.
So what we getting ready to do is find out what this polygraph got to say. You did a polygraph examination of Mr. Kimmons, is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
All right. And Mr. Kimmons, you all out here on Front Street like, I'm gonna prove I'm not. Are you sure?
I wouldn't have took one unless I knew I was sure.
Okay, all right. Lesser things have happened in this courtroom, so I'm just giving you the chance to speak.
Mr. Kimmons, you admit that you damaged your car.
I do admit that I damaged my car, Your Honor, but you got to think about it. She owed me $3,500 for the wig. She owed
Hold
me
on, I'm not asking about the
$2,400.
wig. I'm just asking you,
$2,400 booth
Mr.
rent,
Mr.
sir.
Kimmons, Mr. Kimmons,
Hold
I'm just
on.
asking,
Hold on.
did you wreck a car?
I did wreck a car, but
Okay.
you got to think about it. Hold up.
No, I don't have to think about anything I don't want to think about. Stop telling me what I need to think about.
We have engaged a polygraph expert, Mr. John Yarborough. Would you please bring him in, Tashi? How are you, Mr. Yarborough?
I'm doing fine, ma'am. How are you?
We are great. You did a polygraph examination of Mr. Kimmons, is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
All right. Now, Mr. Kimmons, you all out here on Front Street like, I'm gonna prove I'm not. Are you sure?
I wouldn't have took one unless I knew I was sure, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Lesser things have happened in this courtroom, so I'm just giving you the chance to speak. You asked, have you had sexual contact with any of your employees? What was Mr. Kimmons' response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph examination reveal?
The polygraph examination revealed there was no deception indicated.
All right.
He was being truthful.
Since meeting Miss Merriweather, have you had sexual contact with anyone else? Now, sexual contact is not just sexual intercourse. That could be kissing, hugging, rubbing, petting. What was Mr. Kimmons' response?
His response was no.
And what did the lie detector prove?
The polygraph indicated there was no deception indicated.
All right. And he was asked, are you having sexual contact with any of your customers? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph revealed there was no deception indicated.
All right. So that's why this man is real tired.
Your Honor, I got a question.
I'm not taking him. What else do we have, Mr. Cutler, in this case?
We still have to figure out what to do with the wigs, and we have Ms. Merriweather's claim for the damage to her car, and we have Mr. Kimmons' claim that he's entitled to the wigs and for the past due booth rental. And so Judge Dana and I need to discuss that to figure out what our ruling is going to be. Tashi, would you please escort our litigants out so we can deliberate?
I was tired for him. This right here is cute, but it is tired. It will wear you out. I'm like, this man is trying to run a business. His business is primarily going to be women in a salon and in a laundromat.
Let's start with the booth rental.
She said she owes the money. She said, I haven't paid my booth rental.
And she hasn't paid him because he has not reimbursed her for her car. So it sounds like what we're talking about is he gets the wigs back.
Yes, Lord. We're about to set you free, man.
Ms. Merriweather and Mr. Kimmons, Judge Dana and I have had a chance to deliberate. I'm going to start with the wigs because I think that's the easier place to start. With respect to the wigs, I think it's clear you gave her the wigs for a particular purpose. That purpose was not fulfilled. The wigs belong to you, Mr. Kimmons. You admit that they belong to him, and you just didn't give them back. The court is going to order you at this time to return the wigs to Mr. Kimmons.
Thank you, ma'am.
You can take all that with you.
So then that leaves us with the cost of the damage to Ms. Merriweather's car and then the amount of booth rental that she owes you. And the amount of booth rental you indicated was $2,400, and the amount of damage to your car was $2,793.
.90.
.90. Well, you admit you damaged the car. Since you owe her $2,793.9 and she owes you $2,400, the difference is $393.90, and that is what the court is going to order you to pay Ms. Merriweather.
Thank you.
What I need to know from you, Ms. Merriweather, is what is the status of your romantic relationship at this point? Ms. Merriweather.
You don't have to say, I don't want to be with him.
Okay.
I don't want to be with him, and I think the test is a lie because how could he just admit to hugging someone
Well,
and then
if
they
you don't
come out
wanna-
and ask that question and it says that none detected? It's a lie.
Sounds like neither one of you wants to be with the other, so I don't think there's really anything else for us to discuss at this point.
Go with God.
The judgment of the court is possession of the wigs in favor of Mr. Kimmons. The amount of $393.90, we find judgment in favor of the plaintiff. With that, this case is adjourned.
I think the lie detector test was fake. I think he failed it, and they're just taking up for him. The judges did not want to hear my part in my story. They did not want to hear my side, really. He can have the wigs back. The wigs is nappy.
Really pleased with that. $300 and some. You're gonna be back in the hole with booth rent in a few more months anyway, so I get that back. There ain't no big deal about it, so I give her the $390 and some. It's not a problem.